Fellow traders, welcome to one another video of weekly sectoral analysis. So finally, we have a close this week, which is looking positive, not just in terms of rates, but also the charts. Price has been able to bounce back from the support band, which I have, drawn over here. But is it enough? क्या ये ठीक है? यहाँ से market ऊपर जाएगा? Is it enough? Let's discuss. So first thing is, as usual, I have the weekly time frame chart on my right hand side, and on the left I have the daily time frame chart. So in terms of trend, I think in the weekly time frame chart things are fine. In last 2 weeks, however, the movement was very much locked within a range. That is the reason we can see even in the daily time frame chart we saw some sort of choppiness, just upside and downside move. In terms of momentum, things are fine. Now the trend continues to stay up in the daily time frame chart. Thankfully, the support band worked pretty nicely. I'll just share the coordinates with all of you. In Nifty spot, the support band is from 25,925 to 26,010. Now we have a couple of candles over here, which are, one is high wave candle, second one is spinning top, and third one is a bullish candle. Now, in terms of momentum over here, we can see momentum is okay. It's not that great, but the support is working pretty well. Is it enough? Is it enough? क्या market यहाँ से ऊपर ही जाएगा? It's not very easy to say. Looking at the picture, looking at the overall structure of the trend, it seems that Nifty is strong, no problem. But I would be more confident, to be very frank, I would be more confident if Nifty manages to, surpass at least 26,250 and then this recent high of 26,325. Because what has happened is recently a lot of up and down movements have happened, and that is the reason I want to be a little bit more careful, because even over here the rally was pretty sharp and then suddenly prices niche aa gaye. So I just want to be careful about that. But overall things are looking so far so good. Let's have a look at Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty in the weekly time frame chart, you will immediately say, okay, RSI is just above 70. It's okay, no problem. The overall trend is positive. Currently, Bank Nifty is at 59,777. In terms of levels, if you just want to understand, then the next medium term resistance, I repeat, it's a medium term resistance, which is at 60,300 to 60,322. So possibly a few hundred points away from here. So we are near an important resistance point. Now in the daily time frame chart, if you see, the trend continues to remain up. Momentum is not that great. Momentum is not that great. If you just want to have a look at the line chart, you will understand that we do have a higher high over here. Again, we have almost sort of higher high, but the RSI is not ready to make a higher high. Now, is it negative for the market? Is it negative or not? See, now I would say one thing, that in a bull run, ध्यान से सुनिएगा, in a bull run, many times it can happen that when the momentum and the trend both, they are very, very strong, you will see negative divergences not working. Say for example, even over here we had a negative divergence. It did work a little bit, probably few days market came down and then it suddenly shot up. So in the weekly time frame chart, since things are okay, no problem. Yes, there is a resistance, but slightly higher. So probability is things will be okay. I don't think so major issues should happen until and unless some issue happens in the private banking space. So if private banking space continues to perform, then I don't think so there should be any issue. And the short-term support band, if you just want to know, is 58,948 to 59,337. PSU banking space, again, if you check, momentum is weakening. It's not very strong. Last 3 weeks, price has been within a range. Overall trend is up, no problem about that. Coming back to the daily time frame chart, momentum is pretty much weak. Trend is flattish, but what we need to understand is generally when the trend is very, very big, if you compare this particular trend to all the other previous uptrends, I'll just try to zoom out a little bit for all of you. If you compare this trend, okay, I'll just redraw the arrows just for you. If you compare this trend to all these smaller trends, you will understand that this particular swing is extremely big. It's extremely large in size. And when these swings are pretty large in size, at that point of time, the 23.6% Fibonacci retracement from where the PSU Bank has bounced back can act as a very, very strong support for short term. Now, here we have a resistance. Here we have a support, and here we have a resistance. So basically, we are at a juncture where we are between a support and a resistance, number one, and volatility slightly has shot up in the short term. So as a swing trader, you might say that probably PSU banks can shoot up in the short term. Probably it can happen. I am not saying no, but do not forget this. Take this with a pinch of salt that you do have some sort of added volatility here, and if we have a support, तो यहाँ पे ऊपर resistance भी है. That is also in the weekly time frame chart. So when you have a resistance in the weekly time frame chart and a support, then it's very, very difficult to say that whether this will be a smooth sailing trend on the upside in the short term or not. So it looks positive in the short term, but again, you will have to take it with a pinch of salt and not be very, very aggressive. Private banks continues to look bullish. Overall trend in the weekly time frame chart, momentum in the weekly time frame chart, and trend in the daily, momentum also in the daily is fine. Little bit there is a problem I can understand because there has been some zigzag movements here, but overall things are okay. If the large cap stocks in the private banking space keep on performing, then things will be fine. Energy pack. Now, energy pack, what has happened is the trend is, I should say, the price is below the moving averages, but the displacement of the moving averages, if I just convert this to a line chart, you will understand displacement of moving averages is still okay, not that much problematic, but the momentum over here is down. Momentum over here is down. Even the trend is down in the daily and the momentum is down in the daily time frame chart. Now, energy pack as an overall sector, if you see large cap stocks, basically, जो large cap stocks हैं, they are slightly overstretched, but the stocks which are slightly lesser in terms of weightage, if you concentrate there, then you will be able to understand that this is a sector now which does not have a blanket view on each and every stock. You will see mid-cap stocks, smaller stocks are looking a little bit better than the large cap stocks. So in case if you go and try to trade in this sector, you will have to be very, very stock specific. Auto pack seems to be in an uptrend in the weekly time frame chart, no problem. It has closed above its resistance point. Momentum is positive in the weekly time frame chart. Trend is positive in the daily time frame chart. Momentum is okay, not that great, but nothing bad. Overall, as a sectoral indices, I repeat, overall as a sectoral indices, things are okay, no problem. But if you want to park your money in the stocks in the auto pack, you will have to be very, very choosy. Like, again, if you're a trader who is combining trend plus momentum, not just trend, then you will find maybe 2 to 3 stocks which are probably in your radar. Otherwise, you will, think of avoiding this sector. Consumer durables, I don't think I need to speak much. I have been consistently saying that the sector is negative, momentum is negative. Trend again in the daily time frame chart, momentum in the daily time frame chart seems to be negative on the downside. Consumption pack, trend is, I think, trying to improve in the last 2 days. It's trying to bounce back from this support band. Momentum is not visible. Momentum is not even visible in the weekly. The trend is positive, but the momentum is not visible over here. And as a trader, I am a person who would like to trade, to be very frank, these sort of movements which go up fast rather than, like zigzag, because there is no momentum visible over here. So we can keep an eye on the sector, but I would not try to give it too much of importance, at least as of now. Finance pack continues to remain good. Trend up, momentum up. Daily time frame chart looks positive, has been able to bounce back from the support ko nahi toda hai. Momentum in the daily time frame chart not that great, but if the weekly time frame chart continues to look good, then I don't think so there should be any issues. FMCG pack, it's trying to revive since last few days, but nothing great. Overall, it's still in a range, choppy, and as a trader, a big fat no from my side. Not interested in this lackluster moment. IT pack, a dark horse, which I've been speaking about this sector since many weeks, at least since last 1 month. The sector has been improving, and we were bullish in this sector, and thankfully it has performed pretty nicely. This is called trend plus momentum, something which moves very fast. Only thing is, now we are approaching a resistance, previous high in the weekly time frame chart. So as a trader, one needs to trail their stop losses pretty tightly. Biasness direction will be remaining on the upside, but do not chase price because it's slightly overextended in the daily time frame chart. RSI in the daily time frame chart is above 70. Don't chase the price. Infra pack in the weekly time frame chart, okay, momentum okay. Here something really funny has happened. What has happened that on Thursday, price closed below the support band, and then the next day on Friday it closed above it. This is really funny, but it happens at times. But we do have a higher high in price and lower high. We do have a higher low, okay, in the price, but we have a lower low in the price, and this is nothing but this is a positive hidden divergence. So positive hidden divergence is basically nothing else but a stock or an index which is in an uptrend, and the stock or the index makes a higher low, which we can see in the infra pack right now, and the RSI makes a lower low, and probability is that if this trend continues, then swing traders will get a decent chance on the upside. But pick your stocks pretty wisely. Don't just jump into anything. Metal pack. Well, now the daily time frame chart is okay. It's trying to bounce back. Choppy in the last few days. I just like to go over here to monthly and weekly. The weekly time frame chart, trend up, momentum positive. Now, fast momentum, pullback. Chances are when the monthly time frame chart is positive, this can continue to go higher, but again, यहाँ पे भी आपको थोड़ा सा ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा. Try to concentrate on stocks which have been able to give a deeper pullback, and the momentum on the higher time frame chart is positive. Stay away from stocks where there is lack of momentum in the higher time frame charts. So yes, metal pack looks interesting, but be stock specific. Pharma pack, slow and steady winner, continuing up. Momentum looks okay. Daily time frame chart, not amazing, but looks okay. Overall direction is on the upside, but it's not like IT, which literally went up very fast. It's not like that, but overall it's positive. PSE sector, I don't think so I need to say much. Trend is negative in the weekly, momentum is negative in the weekly, trend negative in the daily, momentum even negative. So overall it's a negative sector. Realty It has been able to give a trend line breakdown, but it has also been able to give a pretty big wick on the downside, and the reason for that is this particular support. The support is not that great because it's a pretty deeper pullback, but we do have a positive divergence in our hands. We have a lower low in the price, higher low in the RSI. So if this support is not breached, then we may, I'm using the word may, we may see some sort of pullback on the upside. Realty as a sector will try to pull back. Now it needs to be seen that how far does this pullback go. Last time when we had a divergence over here, it went up way too far, but then it came down. So this time we have to see what happens. Defense sector, currently news as Mr. Putin has visited India. Trend is not that great, momentum not that great. Price is waiting at the support. Will it break? Will it bounce? That is something which needs to be seen. Let's wait patiently and understand what happens in the next week. Midcap as a sector, we do have a negative divergence on our hands. Price has made a higher high in price. RSI has made a lower high. So the momentum is waning, and you can see this similar sorts of higher low, lower low in RSI. So it's a confusing thing in midcaps. It's pretty much confusing. It probably can try to shoot up. It will try to shoot up, but in case if you're trying to trade pullbacks on the upside in midcap sector, थोड़ा सा ध्यान रखिएगा. Try to book your first target as fast as possible, because there is also, along with this positive hidden divergence, okay, we also do have a negative divergence in the weekly time frame chart. थोड़ा सा ध्यान रखिएगा. All right. And overall, before ending this video, I would just like to say one single thing. Things are okay. Things are fine. Nothing is bad. Nifty overall is positive. Market is positive, but the rally is getting thinner. Very few sectors are trying to participate. So be sure which sector and the stock to participate in, and don't just jump onto any particular stock. All right. Trade well and trade wisely. Thank you.